We have been told that passion is something we find, like a hidden treasure, but the truth is different. Let's say that something interesting happens in your life. At that exact moment, your happiness level gets super high, but after days or weeks, it goes back to where it was before. Why? I am Akil and this is my channel The Quiet Space, and today we are talking about passion. There is a psychological concept called the hedonic adaptation. You can imagine it like a magic box. It doesn't matter the number you put it inside, negative or positive. Always the box will adjust it. And that's exactly what happens inside your brain. No matter how happy or how sad something makes you, but at the end, you return to your emotional baseline. So if you want to feel that happiness again, you need a no source. And here is the big magic of today's episode. What if we could make those waves of happiness stay longer? Before I give you the answer, you need to understand something first. The other day, my grandfather asked me how I was doing. I told him I was tired. He looked at me and said, "What did you do?" And I said, "Nothing." Then he told me something interesting. He said back in his time, they would wake up early, walk long distances to work all day, then walk back home. And they didn't feel this kind of tired. And honestly, that stayed with me. Because when you think about it, life was very different. You wake up in the morning, you make your breakfast, you walk to work, you build something with your hands, you create. And you feel good, not just at the end, but throughout the whole process. And over time, you naturally become passionate about what you do. But nowadays we can flood our brains with dopamine without having to do much at all. So what's different about these sources of dopamine as compared to the ones we used to get? Well, these are forms of conception and those are forms of creation. If the majority of your dopamine comes from forms of conception, we call that addiction. You are addicted to playing video games, you are addicted to scrolling, you are addicted to junk food. On the other hand, if the majority of your dopamine comes from forms of creation, that's called passion. So the first and most important thing in order to build your passion is to reduce consumption. And this will automatically force you to start looking for dopamine from forms of creation. Because your brain will never sit quietly. It will always start looking for a no resource. If you want to test this, you can lock yourself in an empty room. No phones, no screens, nothing. After 30 minutes, probably you will sleep or stare at the ceiling. But after that, something will shift. You may finally open that book that has been sitting on your shelf for 2 years. You may start writing or drawing or learning something you never gave yourself the space to explore. So we come back to the original question. How do we make the happiness last longer? The answer is this. The memories you create when you're being creative will keep coming back to you. And every time they come back to you, they bring that good feeling with them. Conception lives nothing, but creation lives a permanent one. So passion isn't something you find. Your brain builds it when you give it the chance to create.
The weight is lifting from your mind now. A gentle light is what you'll find now. Let the quiet feeling start to